How's it going? Caitlin here, and welcome to my kitchen for a freezer meal workshop. I'm so excited for this. It's going to help you get ready for summer. Summer's busy, and if you're a camper like we are, then maybe you're prepping a lot of meals on the go. These are meals that are meant to actually fit with your summer, be meals that are stuff you're actually going to want to have in the heat, not all the stuff that you're just throwing in the slow cooker for the day. It's not soups, none of that sort of stuff that you usually find in a freezer meal workshop. I promise you're going to want to do this one on repeat because the meals are so good, you're going to be looking for excuses to eat them, okay? What we have on the menu, we got honey mustard chicken burgers, Thai chicken burgers, sweet and tangy chicken thighs, peppercorn burgers, sheet pan chicken fajitas, beef and broccoli, pulled pork, chicken fingers, chicken Caesar salad kit, and sweet and sour meatballs, okay? So you're going to have all of those prepped by the end of this workshop, which is super exciting. If you don't have your prep list, grocery list, all of that, check the description for this video. There's a link right in there. It's going to take you to everything that you need. And yes, it is free. Why? Because I want to help, okay? Summer's hard enough. Being gluten-free is hard enough. Also, all of these recipes can be modified to be grain-free if you're paleo or anything of that sort, and also very easily done dairy-free, okay? So let's get going, shall we? On your prep list, you're gonna see there's step one is prepare to prepare. So that's stuff to really get yourself ready before you're doing anything. Clear out your freezer space, print the day of cards and put those in little snack bags. Why do we put them in snack bags? So they don't get ruined by condensation, by anything else, okay? So we wanna keep that day of card in the snack bag. Label your freezer bag, get your kitchen tools, get your groceries together, cut out some parchment paper, preheat your oven, wash your fruits and veggies, wash your hands, and get any music, anything like that that you want to get jamming to ready. Maybe it's an audio book, maybe you just want to listen to me gab, whatever, we can do that together. First that we're going to do after prepping for your prep, which I hope you've already done, is we're going to do the meaty part. I know. Yum. Okay, this is the longest and the hardest stretch of it, so we're gonna get it out of the way because the rest of the stuff's gonna fall together a whole lot easier. I'm gonna start by grating up some ginger, okay? And yes, I know I said meat and now we're doing ginger, but there's some ginger in some of the meat, okay? So I know it seemed counterintuitive, but it was there. The thought was there, I promise you. So, also, if you have like minced ginger already in a jar, then you can totally skip this step. Find shortcuts as you go through if you want to find shortcuts as you go through, okay? Like, I have it set out in the way that worked best for me. You may be able to find that you can take some extra shortcuts. Maybe you don't want to make a sauce from scratch. You don't have to. You can just buy a sauce and throw it in. Make it nice and easy. But I first started making my own sauces and everything because I am allergic to life. Sorry, I know that wasn't attractive at all. The compost was, I had to hide it from the dog when I took the cat to the vet. Sorry. Looking for my compost, I'm like, where is it? Microwave. Okay, so you want over a tablespoon of ginger. I'd say err on the side of extra rather than too little. Yeah, so you can definitely find shortcuts as you go through. Honestly, just give a little read through before you do it is the best way to go. And then you can see if you want to make any modifications. Like, you don't want pulled pork? Get some chicken. Make pulled chicken instead. Like, just make those modifications. You're not starting from step one here. You get a whole bunch of stuff, so you can modify it a little and make it work for your own tastes. Maybe for your own family's needs. Maybe you want to double up some of the recipes. I'm gonna do a little more just in case. Yeah, maybe you want to double up some of the recipes. Maybe you want to half them. If you're just doing this and you're like 1 or 2 people, but you still got a freezer and you want to have the things, just divide it into 2 different bags and then voila, you're good. Okay, speaking of good, I think that is good. Okay, also going to crush up a bag of tortilla chips. Gonna chuck some garlic on the floor because apparently I just don't care like that. Once again, we're using the tortilla chips in some meaty stuff. I like to use a food processor for this. I also am very enamored with this particular food processor. The blade goes up and down, which doesn't sound like a huge deal, but it's honestly a game changer. It makes it quite uniformly cut. Instead of being like over processed at the bottom, under processed up at the top. All right. So one other thing that you might want, you don't need it, but you might want it, is a cooler or a cooler bag, because this does take a little while and you don't want any food going, you know, kind of wonky or worrying, ooh, is this out at this temperature for too long, you know? So if that's going to be a worry for you, let's cook some bacon. So I like to cook mine on a stone bar pan in the oven. My favorite way to do it. Why is it my favorite way to do it? Because it's extremely hands-off. You can cook your bacon any way you want to, but this is my preferred method just because it's super duper easy, and I like easy. Okay, I swear bacon just got smaller. Like the packages, for some reason, I feel like I've been looking at the last like maybe a couple months or something. I'm like, huh, did that just get smaller and more expensive? Okay, so I know it says to cook 8 strips of bacon. However, I'm gonna cook the whole package, okay? And here's my logic for that. After you cook bacon, you can freeze bacon, okay? So if you have extra bacon today, here's some things that you can do. You can freeze it and you can put it into packages so that the next time you're making, well, anything that could need bacon, you have bacon already cooked and prepared, and you can just take out a little snack baggie of, a couple slices of bacon, and your sandwich just got a whole lot better, or burger or whatever. So that's a good idea. Or right now you could choose that you're going to make another chicken Caesar salad kit, because you're going to eat chicken Caesar salad more than once this summer, right? So you can just count on making an extra one of those now and just make more bacon accordingly. Or you can snack on the extra bacon while you're doing the rest of your freezer meal prep. I'm not judging. Use the extra bacon that you got. Extra bacon. It's just such a silly sounding thing, isn't it? Since when is extra bacon ever a problem? You're like, dude, do not tell me what to do with my extra bacon. I know exactly what I'm doing with it. It's going down my gullet. Ugh. Okay. So, bit of overlapping is fine. I just demolished that side of it. Whatever. Whatever. It'll be fine. It's bacon. How do you mess it up? Okay. Throw that in there. I'm going to open my window in advance just in case it gets a little steamy in here. Okay. I'm going to make some meatballs. So you can use whatever kind of ground meat you want to. Dealer's choice. You can do chicken, you can do beef. You can do beef pork combo if you like. You can double this if you want. You can triple this if you want. I mean, once you're already doing the things, what's doing the things a little bit more, right? All right, let's get some crumbs. About food processors, by the way, before we started, I actually made my crumbs from my gluten-free bread just by I put the ends of the bread, because we don't eat the ends of the bread. I put that into the food processor, and then I'm able to turn it into breadcrumbs that way. So then you don't really need to have a bunch of different bread items around. If you have gluten-free bread, you can very easily make yourself breadcrumbs. You don't have to pay a premium to get really, really, really hard, unsatisfying breadcrumbs. Some garlic in here. Oh yeah, I threw garlic on the floor too, didn't I? Like, why don't I have much garlic up here? That's why. go. I think we're probably going to be getting a little messy for the next, hour. But hey, it is what it is. And what it's going to be is deliciousness. My chicken was like frozen. I thought it was thawed, and there's like this little chunk that's just in the middle that's still frozen. You know what? It'll be what it'll be. And what it is right now is good enough. Okay. So you don't have to use a scoop for your meatballs. I do really like using a scoop for my meatballs because it keeps it very consistent. Also, you can roll them into nice balls. You can leave them in scoop shape. We're not trying to win any like awards here with food presentation. There's that little chunk. Not trying to win any awards, right? Like we're just trying to feed our families and stay as sane as we can at the same time. So if that is your mission as well, awesome. If you were expecting culinary brilliance and to feel like a chef at home, I am sorry to disappoint you, but you might as well just click unfollow on all the things because I'm just a mom in survival mode, trying to feed her family and have all of the fun I possibly can at the same time. All right, that did good. Just gonna move you a little bit. So I feel like this is one of those moments where you're gonna be like, yeah, thanks for that. If you want to, you could use parchment paper under your meatballs just to make it easier to detach. This is a non-stick sheet pan that is really extremely non-sticky. So it does its job well, so I don't have to. Gonna throw that in there for 15 minutes and then see where they're at. I really don't want them to be like, overcooked. So, dig into my freezer bag here. Put you aside for a little while. Seeing you later. Gonna slice up some of this. Gonna slice up some of this beef right here. This is for the beef and broccoli. I don't need like all of these little steaks for it. So I'm gonna save one And then I'm gonna use one for my lunch today. So now I'm excited. Okay. So I know beef and broccoli kind of has you, I don't want to say like slaving over a hot stove, but it kind of has you slaving over a hot stove. But it comes together super quick. So it's only like, you know, maybe like 12 minutes or something like that of actually slaving away over a hot stove. And even then it pretty much takes care of itself. So I feel like it's still got its place in the summer meals because it's quick. And it is also very easy to put together in the camper if you have all of the things. Not very hard at all. And you can use any cut of beef that you want. I just got what was on sale. You know what? I think that's going to be enough. Apparently, I will just put this puppy back. I'll throw it in the fridge now, and it's just going to do another meal. Which, you know, that's awesome. I'll take it. If you want to have more, you can certainly do more. Do your thing, make it your own. Okay. So, I'm gonna put all of this into the large freezer bag. I'm gonna find my labeled one here that says beef and broccoli. I'm gonna throw it in there. Doesn't have to be perfect right now because we are gonna be doing lots of things. But I am gonna put it into my cooler bag so that it stays good there, okay? So, gonna make some burgers. Grab out my ground beef. And this one, I'm kind of 1.5-ing it just because of the size that I got, and I think it's just gonna work better work better in my house. It's gonna work better with the vibe. So that's what I'm going with. I didn't mean to put you in there yet. I did not mean to do that yet. Okay. It's all right. I will survive the burger crisis of 2026. Here. Cool. So, gonna be making a panade. Fancy, eh? So, to do a panade, we kind of make a paste out of bread. I'm using my favorite kind of bread because I do eat grain-free for the most part, like 90% of the time. It's called the Grain Escape, and I love it. They have a white bread, but it is like a paleo white bread, and it is really good. My kids really like it too. So I don't know how they made magic like this happen, but they did, and I appreciate it. So take the crusts off your bread. Put some milk in there with it. Mm-hmm. 50, 60, 70, 80. And that's where it gets creative, 1.5-ing it. So if you decide not to 1.5 it, you might be making the right call. No, it's fine. I mean, it's like, what's the worst that could possibly happen, right? Because it's cooking. You can ish things when you're cooking. There's no rules against ishing while you cook. So then we just want to take the bread, take the bread and the spice and the milk and smush it all together. So we're doing this kind of instead of breadcrumbs, and it keeps the burgers like really, really incredibly juicy. These are worth the little bit of extra effort that you put in to do them. I promise. Because I don't want to make just, I don't know about you, I don't want to make just passable freezer meals here. I want to make things that we're actually going to actively want to eat. It's like freezer meals that don't eat like an afterthought, you know? There we go. I think that's looking good. And I'm going to give you a mush with this just in case. Because a little smushing never hurt. There we go. Beautiful. You can save some crust, you know, give them to some birds or something. I don't know. Okay. Now we're adding the beef. So just want to mix it until it's, you know, all incorporated together. Nothing wild, nothing crazy. And I promise, if you've never made a burger with a panade before, this will not be your last time. You're gonna be like, wow, why have I not been making these for ages? Okay, that looks good. Now, if you don't have a burger press, you can definitely make your burgers by hand. There is nothing at all wrong with that. I know some people would probably prefer to do them by hand. My husband is not team burger press. He is team do it by hand all the way. I like the press. It's less mess on my hands. And that's about it. Yeah, it's less mess. I don't really enjoy playing with raw meat. Oops. So. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? Yes. Okay. So I like a press because it keeps it uniform size. Mostly it keeps my hands less yucky. I am not a fan of having yucky hands. Call me a princess, it is what it is. So I'm just gonna put these burgers in here as I make them. All right, taking some of this meat out of here so I can put the other things back in there because we're doing all the meaty things right now anyway, so. Here we go, my leaning tower of chicken. Oops, I put a little too much oil in there. Oh well, it's gonna be a greasy one. It's gonna be like a little surprise when it goes on the barbecue. Oh goodness, if you didn't see that, I'm so glad. Oopsies. I did just hear my oven go as well. So I'll check that in just a second. Figure I'll put these burgers together first. Yeah, man. Release your hold. There we go. I'm about to put this in there, and I'm about to wish that I had have greased it. That's gonna be an extra big one. It is what it is. It'll be fine. It's like the daddy burger. So, where are you? Gonna just slip these inside of this bag that says Peppercorn Burgers. Gently put it in there. And then I'm gonna put this into my freezer bag just so that it doesn't get super ruined. My bacon still needs about 5 minutes, I'd say. I'm just gonna check on my balls. I got a temperature gauge, aka a thermometer. Yeah, those are definitely done. Definitely done. Okay, perfect. But they still feel nice and tender, so it's good. I'm just gonna leave them there so that they can cool. See? Move you guys over here to cool. You guys can stay there. Perfect. Wonderful. What shall we do next? All right, we're gonna do an easy one. Shall we do an easy one? Gonna grab a bag. Gonna grab a bag and your pork, unless you're not doing pork, unless you're doing chicken instead. And then we're literally just going to take this You're gonna take your meat and put it in a freezer bag. And yes, I'm just making a large pile of garbage in my sink that I am going to take care of immediately after this is done, just because I want to have somewhere to put all the meaty stuff, you know? Okay, so putting meat in a bag. Putting it inside the bag that says pulled chicken. Throwing that in the freezer bag. What should we do next? You see, that was easy. So course, we're doing something easy because the next one isn't quite as easy, right? So, let's see. Gonna slice up 3 chicken breasts. So this is for making your own chicken fingers, okay? Why I like making my own chicken fingers, I control the ingredients, right? Which makes it better flavor. It's also better bang for your buck. So you can cut it into strips, you can cut it into cubes, you can do popcorn chicken if you want to, although I will say if you do popcorn chicken, you tend to need a little more, chips, okay? Because there's more of it that affixes to the whole thing. So I'm sure you can imagine, right? But there's something about making popcorn chicken that is just honestly super satisfying. So I do want to mention, with the pulled pork, like today I'm just putting the stuff all together and it is going in my fridge, you know, like, or in my freezer. That is what it is doing. I will take it out at some point and I will put it in, you know, I will put it in the slow cooker on a day and gonna do it all up. However, why it works well for the summer is once you do that up, you're going to get a lot of meals out of it. So you'll have the meal out of it for that day that you make it, but you're also going to be able to portion out the rest of it and put it into freezer bags again after it's cooked. And then you can take those bags camping so that you have your pulled pork out camping. See the method to the madness there? Also, today, if you're like, okay, that sounds like a great idea, I want to have it ready to go camping, you could put it in a slow cooker today and prepare it as we're doing it. Or you can put it in a pressure cooker and do it that way. So if that's something you want to do it. Grab a freezer bag. Throwing in 1 egg. About a tablespoon of oil. Also about a tablespoon of water. Ish. And 2 tablespoons of whatever kind of seasoning you like. using seasoning salt, also using bell pepper herb rub. So depending on the size of your breasts, sorry. Depending on the size of your chicken breasts, you might be able to do 4 in there instead of 3. I'm sorry, I know I'm 5. Oh my goodness. Or I know I'm like a 13-year-old boy. I don't know. That just struck me funny for some reason. Okay. Oh. If you can't handle a little boob humor while you're cutting chicken breasts, then what's the point? So these chicken fingers, they honestly just save me all the time. They're so easy to make, so easy to have prepared ahead of time. I also don't feel like I'm giving my kids something bad or giving me something bad. You know, like I feel like it's okay. So to this, we're going to add the bag of crumbs, okay? So adding the bag of chip crumbs to it, and now we do the mushing. So we want to make sure all the chicken is thoroughly coated in the crumbs. The crumbs are also going to mix with the liquid, and that is part of the magic as well. It's all going to help it all stick together. You're going to have the chance to mush it around into it more as you're putting this onto a sheet pan. Because if you put this in the freezer just like this, you know it's all going to stick together. So we're going to put it on a sheet pan. Okay, we're going to put each of these on a sheet pan and put it in the freezer while we're going to do some other things. Okay, so you kind of want it in a single layer on the sheet pan so they're not all sticking together. Hey, looking bacon. You done? Oh yeah, you're done. Ugh. Yeah, I'd love to be able to lie to you and just say you could put the chicken fingers just in the freezer like this and they're gonna come apart magically, but they're really not. No, there's no magic behind it. What I can promise you is that they will be a quick, convenient meal at the time. Also, if you want to make these grain-free, use the Siete brand chips. would be my best recommendation to you, because you can follow the exact same formula. You can just use that bag of chips instead. So that is the easiest conversion. Other than that, you could use paleo crackers or paleo breadcrumbs or whatever it is that you might want to use. Otherwise, this is just the easiest, most time-efficient way to go about it. And after doing this, if you're thinking, man, I want to buy chicken fingers for the rest of my life, that's okay too. I do have the direct disadvantage of being allergic to every brand of chicken fingers that I have ever seen. I can't eat MSG, and that makes it nearly impossible for me to find any suitable brands of really nice convenience foods, because since MSG isn't an anaphylactic allergen, they're allowed to hide it. And since generally people don't want to eat MSG, it's not something people are actively seeking out for the most part. A lot of people are trying to cut it out of their diets. So to be sneaky for that, there's a bunch of things that act like MSG in the body that are not quite technically MSG. I'm going to put this sheet pan in the freezer and I'm going to start filling up another one. So this is the problem. Where the problem lies with MSG is that all of these companies, they all want to say, oh, we don't have MSG. You know, or restaurants, they're like, oh, we don't have MSG here. No, but you get yeast extract, you get hydrolyzed soy protein, you get whatever the case may be, you got something in there that's a little weird and wonky, and my poor sensitive little body is not going to be able to handle it. So, being able to do things like make chicken fingers at home, these little tricks are extremely valuable to me. Which, let me know if you're in a similar situation, because man, that MSG, it's a hard one to avoid, and it probably saves me from a lot of convenience food, is what I like to tell myself, but it's easy to miss the convenience foods, because you know what, they're convenient. They're extraordinarily convenient. It's nice to be able to grab food on the run or just pull something out of the freezer and go. So we're kind of making the same thing happen, just, you know, kind of making the same thing happen. Just a slightly less processed version. We control the seasonings. There's a beauty in that. Whether you're allergic to life or not, you probably see a beauty in being able to control what you're putting in there. Okay, I'm gonna go put this one in the freezer too. And then they can just stay there for an exorbitantly long time until they start to solidify. All right, so let's go, shall we? On to making some chicken burgers. Okay, I'm just gonna use the same bowl. It'll be fine. They don't all need their own bowl. They're not that special. They're just burgers and other burgers masquerading as other burgers. It's all good. All right, there we go. What do we need? Some curry powders, some garlic. Of course we need garlic, some ginger. Kind of helps if you just bring, you know, at least the things that you know you need in there over to here. Makes it a little easier. Peanut butter, sesame oil, salt. Cool. All right, we ready to attack these chicken burgers? Make them happen? That's probably a gross place to put that. If I don't smash that, I just put it on a chair, which is also a bad place to put it. We'll see what happens. Okay. See, some of the ginger. I told you we were doing some meaty things with ginger. There we go. So I am putting peanut butter in this. If you can't do peanut butter, you can always do a different nut butter or, well, anything. There's other options, like you could do sesame if you wanted to. So, I mean, there's already sesame oil in it, so. There you go. So, just gonna mix this all together. Man, that smells good. See, and then they're a little different than just a plain old regular chicken burger, you know? little something different. Okay. Just gonna divide this, kind of putting it into a ball in here, and then just gonna divide the ball into 4. It's my master plan. Should be good enough. You know what good enough is? Good enough. So there's 2 halves. That looks rightish. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's good. Cool. There we go. Cool. Yeah, took a little bit of my burger off the top, so I'm just gonna, you know, just smush it back in there. It'll be fine. I just realized, since I made extra burgers, I need a little more parchment. Because with the beef burgers, I'm happy to put parchment just on one side. With the chicken burgers, less so. Chicken burgers are just a little more, they're a little more fragile. They just are. And that's okay. We like them for what they are, but we can appreciate what we need to do to support them a little extra, maybe. Let's just throw you back in there too. All right, come on, burger. Oh my goodness. So this may honestly be the most watery brand of ground chicken I have ever seen in my entire life. It's a little special. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that when I'm referring to like meat, being like, yeah, man, it's a little special. But this one's got that special vibe. But I'm just not going to think about it too much, and it's going to be fine. Come on, gravity. Work with me. There we go. Lovely. I mean, kind of gnarly. My hands are disgusting. How about yours? But this is all going to be worth it in the long run. I promise. Am I going to regret not greasing this thing beforehand? What's the worst that could happen? Come on. Oh my God. Oh. My instructions might be a little chickeny. But hey, that's the beauty of a PDF. You can download it whenever you want to. It will always be there for you. Always. There we go. I gotta wash my hands. Both sides is gross. Okay. I know I'm just gonna be touching more raw meat in just another minute, but hey, can I say that was we got all the worst of it done? Like all of the worst of the entire meal prep is now completed. That is the hard stuff. You have done officially all of the hard stuff. Now we're just doing the other things. So get these all put in the bag, and now I'm slipping them into the bag that says Thai chicken burgers. And gonna throw this into my cooler bag on top of the other burger patties. Okay, cool. So what happened to you? Okay. I know that's a comforting thing to be saying looking at your meat, right? Okay. So gonna grab a freezer bag here. Gonna just take 12 chicken thighs and put them in a bag. And that's it for now. So if you're wondering, like, why aren't we making one meal and then making the next meal and kind of going at it that way? We're playing with a lot of the meat first because I don't want us to get all meaty while we're doing the rest of it, okay? So we're just getting the meat out of the way, and then we'll get all of the other stuff out of the way just so we don't end up. So I put that into the sweet and tangy chicken thighs bag. Let's see. Yeah, we don't want to get all meaty and gross once we're doing the other things. So this is actually going to make for a more sterile environment, even though it might seem a little weird. It'll all come together, I promise. So I'm gonna grab honey mustard chicken burger bag. And another bag right there. I'm gonna butterfly some chicken. You can buy chicken already butterflied. You can try any number of techniques you might find online for how to do it safely and efficiently. I use this machine. It's called a close and cut. And the close and cut, it's spring loaded on either side. Spring loaded on either side, and it just lets you put like chicken or grapes or tomatoes or whatever you want in there, really. And it will cut it perfectly in two for you, butterfly style. I love it. It's one of those things that I never want to be without. Okay, so there we go. There's, I'm gonna put this in a bag. Chicken fajitas. Putting it in the honey mustard chicken burger bag, which I got ahead of myself and brought over because I'm like, ooh, that's smart. Okay. Just gonna throw this into our freezer bag here. You were just a haggard looking chicken boob. It is just not the prettiest. It is just not the prettiest one. So, gonna butterfly another two, put them into another large freezer bag. This is for our chicken Caesar salad kit. One of my personal favorite things to have as a freezer meal. Here we go. Drop that into the chicken Caesar salad kits. And what next? Slice 3 chicken breasts, and we're going to put them into a bag for sheet pan chicken fajitas. Don't need you anymore. You did good. You did good. Sheet pan chicken fajitas are one of our favorite camping dishes. We are cooking it. We cook it on the blacktop thing. So, funny story. My parents, they used to love going on this auction site. Okay, so this auction site, it was like returns made from Amazon and stuff like that. So they bid on, in this auction, a toy for my kids, right? Or for one of their grandkids. I don't know. Might not have been for mine. Anyway, put in a bid on this toy for $12.50, and they won it. okay? So they drive out to the place to go pick it up. When they get there, like, I'm sorry, but what you meant to buy was this toy, but the lot number was mislabeled. So we have no idea where that toy is, but since you won this lot, you have first right of refusal. So they look at it, and it's like this huge blacktop griddle. And since we like camping, they thought of us instantly, and they're like, oh yeah, let's get this. It's like some kind of like $250, $300 griddle that they got for $12. And the first year we had it, we didn't really use it because we had a barbecue that we would always be using. And then the next year, the barbecue died on us. Like, what are we gonna do? Because it's like mid-camping season and all the rest of it. And we're like, oh yeah, that random blacktop griddle thing. Would you believe it's like our most used thing cooking camping now? Partially because our barbecue, the regular, keeps on going on it. But this $12.50 accidental buy from the auction site has been literally the best thing we have for camping. So we were just remarking on it the other day because we're like, well, once again, for the second time, the regulator failed on our barbecue. Thank goodness we have this thingy here ready to, you know, pick up the pieces for us. Okay, so I'm gonna put all this chicken in here, and then I'm gonna put it inside of the bag that we have marked sheet pan chicken fajitas. If you're wondering why so many bags, like why is it a bag and a bag and a bag and a bag? It keeps things separate while we're doing it. It also keeps it separate if you have it in the freezer. If something happens to leak in this bag, it's not as utterly catastrophic as it could be, right? So it just keeps everything, I don't know, keeps everything together, keeps it fresh, keeps it clean. Okay, here we go. Now it's time for the great reset, okay? So we want to make sure that we get our surface cleaned off here. We want to get all the meaty stuff out of here. Get that meaty cutting board out of here because we want to keep it clean, okay? So I'm just going to give a quick wipe here. Wash my hands. Here we go. Bring our new cutting board into the picture. If that was your favorite knife to work with, you can wash it if you want to. If that was your favorite cutting board, you can wash your cutting board too. This is our great reset, okay? If you want to toss out any of your garbage now, you can do that. Kind of reset up your work area. Maybe you have a smaller work area than I do, and now you want to bring out your vegetables, whatever the case may be, okay? So if you want to make some extra space, we are done. I got a hair on my arm. There we go. I mean, I got lots of hairs on my arm, but one that was not supposed to be there. Oh, and it's still, there's another one. I can feel it. Okay. You can put your eggs away. You can put your milk away. You can put away in the fridge any unused meat that you still have out, because we are not using it right now, okay? So, there we go. So, you want to make a bathroom break, make a coffee, refill your wine glass, whatever the things you're doing. Let's get ready to finish strong, shall we? So we're going to start some veggie prep. So, going to slice up 3 bell peppers. I like to cut at the bottom towards the top and then just peel it off. There's 1,000,001 different tricks that people have for peppers. The right one is the one that you like best, okay? So you can use literally any color you want. So yes, the sheet pan chicken fajitas, it is technically a sheet pan meal. However, it will work just as well if you're cooking it on a black top. Whatever you're cooking it on, just cook it. Cook it all together. It'll be fine. It'll work out. I promise. Really can't mess it up. All right, so I'm gonna take my sheet pan chicken fajitas bag out. Oops. My goodness. Okay. Little dog hair on that one. Not what we mean when we say hair of the dog, is it? Okay. So, gonna wedge or slice up an onion, however you want to do that. Throw it in the same bag. The reason I say wedge is because your onion is going to cook up a little faster than, say, your chicken might. So it makes us want to have our chicken small and our onion large so that it doesn't cook quite as much. If that doesn't bother you at all, then just chop it up however you'd like it. There we go. Put that right back in where it belongs. Okay, gonna floret some broccoli. Okay, so if you are noticing, like I have, that broccoli just magically seems to be getting smaller, I'm gonna show you how you can get some good bang for your buck out of the broccoli stem, okay? Okay. I'm gonna get a large freezer bag just to put this all in. So, if you want to add extra things to your beef and broccoli, maybe you got some extra onion you want to add. I'm going to add some carrots because I got them here and the kids will eat carrots. And I'm also going to be peeling this anyway. I'm going to show you what to do with the broccoli stems. So, I like using broccoli stems. It has pretty much all the same nutrients that you find in the broccoli itself, except since it's not as dark green, I find it way easier to hide from the kids. Okay, so if you are a fellow vegetable hider, this is a treasure trove, okay? Because you're paying for the whole thing of broccoli anyway, you might as well get full nutrients and use out of it, right? So you take off any of sort of the bigger stem pieces, you cut off the end that can be a little woody, and then you just peel it. So if you want to, you can put it in a food processor to chop it up. I'm going to put it in a mandolin to chop mine up. I'm also going to do a couple carrots to go with it because the kids will tend to eat carrots. Honestly, okay, that's kind of a big carrot. I don't want that much. Yeah, I'll do two. Why not? So when I'm giving my kids beef and broccoli, I just give them, I keep the florets for me and my husband because they're easy enough to separate out. And then I leave my kids with the stem part. So I know they're still getting their vegetables. I know they're still getting their vegetables. I know they're getting their good things. And I'm getting an actual beef and broccoli. If you're wondering what the heck this is, I am the most accident-prone person in the entire universe. This is called the Rapid Prep Mandolin. And it is a safe mandolin, which sounds like an oxymoron because I feel like it kind of is, but it honestly is very safe. I don't know how you would ever hurt yourself using this. I've had it for almost 5 years now and 0 accidents, still super efficient. If it broke tomorrow, I'd have one on order for the next day, just to tell you how much I love it. So if you want to check your crisper right now, see if there's anything that does have to be used up. Beef and broccoli, like call it what you will, it's a stir fry, right? You can put whatever you want to for vegetables in there and it's going to be fine. So if you have something that needs to be used up, now is the time. Go check that crisper and see if you can chop something up and throw it in there. So I'm just going to take this bag of veggies. I'm going to add it to my beef and broccoli bag. There we go. Throw it back into my freezer bag. Well, you migrated. Okay. Get that out of here. I will not be needing it again, though I valued its hard work. It did good. It did real good. Okay. So I'm gonna chunk up another couple peppers here. And also going to chunk up an onion. So if you look at this and you know that you instantly want more vegetables, don't resist the urge, just go for it. You can never have too many vegetables. I always like to tell my husband, they take up negative space. And he always says there's a flaw in my logic, but I still stand by it. I'm like, just eat the vegetables. It's just negative space. Negative space. Doesn't take up room in your belly. It's like dessert. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to put a few spices in there with this. So we're going to grab onion powder, paprika, garlic powder. And salt. So I'm just going to mix that all up to combine those. Going to grab our thing of pineapple. We want to save the juice, but we're going to put all of those I'm going to put all the pineapple chunks in here. But save the juice. There we go. So So we're gonna put these in the bag that says sweet and sour meatballs. Okay guys, that is our veggie prep done. Now we're gonna go through all of these and we're gonna bring the flavor. We're gonna add the personality in there, okay? All right, I am gonna get some napkins though for my bacon. I should have paper towel somewhere, but should is such a judgy word, right? Who needs that word? That is just not a fun word at all. Okay. Get some clean tongs. There we go. Cool. All right, let's bring some flavor, shall we? Bring some flavor to this show. I'm going to gonna zest a lime, and then I'm gonna juice it. Okay. Because I do want both of the things. I want the zest, I want the juice, I want it all, and I want it now. No. I love the smell of juicing and zesting fresh lime. Here we go. Zested. Lost a little of that zest there. I don't want to lose that. It's like green gold. Here we go. So I'm just going to set those aside. Gonna grab out honey mustard chicken burgers. Okay, honey mustard chicken burgers acquired. So just gonna set that up there. We want a little measuring cup here. Okay. Put some oil in there. Some gluten-free soy sauce or coconut aminos, depending on how you do you. There goes that lime juice. Bringing over some ground mustard and some chili powder. Try to take the air out of that as best as I can. Here we go. So I'm gonna grab my card for the honey mustard chicken burgers, because you might see that there's a little green check mark there, okay? Once you have that done, the honey mustard chicken burgers, I'm gonna take my day of ingredients, just gonna put it right in there. That's one meal done, guys. That one is completely done because those burgers are going to be good to go. Okay, one there is finished. Woohoo! Okay, next, let's go. Gonna grab a small freezer bag here. All right, what do we need? Gluten-free soy sauce, some peanut butter, sesame oil, honey, lime zest, garlic, I think I forgot to put a clove of garlic in with my honey mustard chicken. This does not feel familiar to me. I can't watch the replay, but I'm pretty sure I forgot to put it in. So I would rather have twice as much garlic as I need, rather than have none. Because that's just a crime against humanity. Can't have that. Here we go. Guys, I think that was just a crisis averted right there. I think that would have been like, that would have been bad. Okay, on to other things. We're gonna make some peanut sauce to go on the Thai chicken burgers, because you cannot have a Thai chicken burger without peanut sauce. It's just a rule. I didn't make it. I did not make this rule. It is just a rule, and in the words of Khaleesi, it is known. So you can use a different type of nut butter if you cannot or do not do peanuts. You can do almond butter. You can do sesame. By sesame, I mean like tahini. You can use tahini. One thing is, if you are using tahini, you're gonna want to add a little more sweetness. Okay, that is the one change you'll want to make, is just adding just a little more honey. Okay. Okay, there we go. Little smidge of sesame oil. Little smidge of honey. I did not mean to throw that one in there. My goodness, Caitlin. Meh, whatever, it'll be fine. Clove of garlic. So day of, it's gonna be very easy to make your peanut sauce just perfect. You're just gonna add just a smidge of water, okay? Just to make it whatever thickness you want it to be. Yeah, so day of, you can just add that water right into this bag just to mix it up and just scrape it out into a bowl. It'll be fine. Okay, where's our Thai chicken burgers? So, just going to add this lightly and gingerly into that bag. And try to find my, here we go. Put the day of card in there. Give it a seal. And that one is done. Woohoo! Okay, moving right along. All right, did I take out my beef and broccoli bag? I did. I got my beef and broccoli bag right here. This is such a small adjustment we're gonna make to this. And then I'm just gonna keep my beef and broccoli bag out anyway. Literally all I'm doing right now is just throwing some salt and pepper in here. Yeah. Just literally salt and peppering that bag right up, okay? That's it. Just to give that, we're just getting some flavor in there. That's all we're doing, okay? Said I was gonna keep you out and then I just put you right away again. That wasn't nice of me. I think I forgot to put the ginger into the, my goodness. Lose my head if it weren't attached. I just saw ginger and I'm like, oh yeah, ginger was supposed to go in the Thai one too. Can't have the peanut sauce without ginger. My goodness. Be slumming it. Can't have that. There we go. That'll be a much happier peanut sauce. Okay. Gonna make the sauce for our beef and broccoli. There's some ginger in there. One, two. There we go. That's good. Here we go, some garlic. Let's get our gluten-free soy sauce or coconut aminos. If you have any freezer bag holders, they're super handy for like making sauces and stuff. Rice vinegar. It's not me, it's the honey. I promise. I mean, I know we've been spending some time together and things are bound to happen, but I promise it was not me. Rice vinegar, honey, Asian chili sauce. So you can, if you prefer to just use a hot sauce or something like that, you can also just do that. Salty, garlicky chili sauce just seems to give it like that little je ne sais quoi type of deliciousness. So use it if you want. Don't if you don't. It's all good. My feelings will not be hurt. Okay, so here is our sauce. If you want to skip making the sauce and just buy a jar of sauce for making beef and broccoli, you can do that too. This is very much like a choose your own adventure type of thing. If you happen to have these ingredients around anyway and just decide to make your own sauce, I don't think you'll be disappointed with the life choice. Turns out pretty good. Always nice to have control of what you're putting in your food. Let's put the day of card in for beef and broccoli, because that one is done. I know, how good does that feel? That is 3 meals so far, completely finished. All right. Cool. Okay, let's get ourselves another small freezer bag. Gonna make ourselves a sauce. Once again, if you wanted to just use a jar of sweet and sour sauce, you can certainly use a jar of sweet and sour sauce. Nobody's going to judge you. Nobody's going to tell you to do any differently. That is your freedom and you are welcome to do so. If, however, you cannot, then that's okay too. We got a deliciousness prepared here for you. Okay, just grabbing my ingredients. So I want some ketchup, some honey. I got my pineapple juice in the can. If you still have that set aside, you're doing good. Gluten-free soy sauce, rice vinegar, some garlic, ginger. Cool. Let's do it, shall we? So, and you can start off any sauce with ketchup. It's just one of those magical things. There's so many different flavors in it. If you are paleo, you can use a paleo ketchup. There's a brand, it's good food for good. I always forget what they're called because I always think made good. But it's good food for good. And they have a paleo ketchup that is actually delicious. A lot of paleo ketchups, I find where they fail is that they're trying to be too healthy and take the sweet out of ketchup. You can't take the sweet out of ketchup without just making it not ketchup. The good food for good, they use dates to sweeten it with, and they knocked it, honestly, right out of the park. So good. Pineapple juice. I do think it's well worth it making your own sauce for this. You don't have to. I do think it's definitely well worth it. I think you're going to be happy with the results. You don't have to do it. Garlic. Making sauces from scratch, it always seems like it feels like it's going to be something that's harder to do than it really is. But once you actually do it, it's usually not much to it. Like there is, but there isn't. And then you do it and you're like, well, that felt pretty good. That wasn't so bad. I could do that again. I hope that's all I needed left for ginger, because if not, then I'm pretty short. I tried to be over. I mean, if I had to do more, it's not the end of the world, but okay. Did I get it all in there? I think I did. Fabulous. All right. There's our sauce. Let's give it a nice little mix in the little bag. There we go. So I'm gonna throw this in the sweet and sour meatball bag. Yes, that is the words I'm using. Sticking to it. Gonna grab out the sweet and tangy chicken thighs. Ooh, this is gonna be another satisfying one, guys. It's gonna be another satisfying one. You know why? Because there's a green check mark. Love a good green check mark. I also love that we're going camping this weekend, and I know that we're going to be taking a few of these with us. It's like I can feel the relief already, because otherwise it's like we're trying to come up with something that we're going to eat, and it takes so long to prep all the things, and it's always worse prepping in the camper too, and it'll be hot and all of the things. So this is just perfectly timed. I promise I'm doing it for you guys too, but I'm also doing it just as much for me because, well, it's a game changer. If you do like the feeling of being prepared, might I recommend checking out some of my meal plans as well. A little plug there. Like, can I eke out a quarter cup? Can I do it? All right, I think it's good. I think I did good. Dijon, let's get some honey up in here. Honey, honey, honey. Once upon a time, it's directly beside my hand. Yeah, sure was. Right there, directly beside it. What am I doing? Garlic. Whenever it's in doubt, the answer is just more garlic, obviously. Cool. I can hear my dog snoring in the corner. Ah, Bernadoodle snores. One of the other nice things about having freezer meals like this ready, you know, something comes up every now and then. You'll have a friend who's in need of some help. Maybe they get injured. Maybe there's a death in the family, whatever the case may be. Having a freezer meal like this at the ready is beyond helpful, because it's one of those things, like so many times, like something comes up, I want to be able to help somebody out, but I'm also so overwhelmed with my own stuff at the time that I'll think, oh, I gotta make them something, I gotta get something over to them, you know, like you have the thought and then the action just doesn't come, and then time passes and you're left with only having thought of it and not done something about it. Slip my little card in there. I don't know, and then I feel bad. It's like, oh, I wish I had have helped, or I wish I had have been able to help, you know? Anyways, when you have freezer meals, then if something like that does come up, then you're just like, oh, well, I have this thing, I was going to use it, but it's okay, because I can make it at another time, right? Like, there's not the same urgency. Chicken Caesar salad kit. Sheet pan chicken fajitas. This is what I want. This is definitely what I want. Okay. So, gonna throw some stuff in here and then we're gonna massage it. I know, the excitement, eh? Okay. Everything. So, taco seasoning. I want salt and pepper. There's pepper. Taco seasoning, salt and pepper. Oh, would you imagine that? More garlic. Can't imagine, I know. And 3 tablespoons of oil. So you can also have ready minced garlic if you want to have, you know, that as a shortcut. Man, it looks like a garlic clove massacre over here. There we go, and let's see. There we go, that's a better shake. Oops. We're gonna say close enough, good enough. Sometimes good enough is just good enough. Okay. So I'll try to squeeze the air out of that one. So that'll give the fajitas their seasoning. Ooh, I want some salt and pepper. Forgot about that. Because I love both. Okay, so cards on the table. I'm way more salt fiend than I am pepper fiend, but there we go. Looks good. I could go for a massage like that. Okay. So, grab your pulled pork or your pulled chicken or your pulled something. So, We need pepper, salt, smoked paprika, onion powder, cumin, I do need to get myself a little bit of broth here. I don't need much, but I use a powdered broth. So I just have it like ready to prepare. I use this one. It's Organica. It's a single ingredient bone broth powder. I was just curious. I'm like, are you doing anything? It really did not sound like it wanted to do the things at the moment, but hey, it's doing them. So, just adding it to some hot water. The one thing that I do find, since it's single ingredient, I always end up adding salt. But it's kind of a small price to pay. It's a nice source of protein and stuff like that. So, I like it. I like it. It's good. Okay, so broth, barbecue sauce, orange juice, all of the things. Now, let's put it together. And what have you got? Bibbidi bobbidi. Oops, I need to add a little more there. There we go. Okay, so let's throw all this together, shall we? Bibbidi bobbidi boo it up. Boo. Can I call you Boo? I'm just kidding. Salt. Smoked paprika. Garlic powder. Shocker, I know, it's garlic. And then cumin, of course. So, some broth. Some orange juice. So, now's the time. If you know that you like your stuff, extra saucy, then you can make it extra saucy right now, okay? If you're not quite sure yet, then just go with slow cooking it the way it is, and then day of, if you want it to be saucier, just add some more barbecue sauce on top. Barbecue sauce cures everything. There you go. So you get your pulled pork or your pulled chicken ready to go. And it is ready to go. So perfect. How easy is that? So good. Okay. Let's see, pulled pork is done. Salt and pepper, and if you want any other seasonings at all, for your chicken Caesar salad. I like to season my chicken if it's going on my chicken Caesar salad a little bit. I like using the crushed peppercorn for it. It's really good. I don't know how it meshes so well with Caesar, but it really and truly does. Get that chicken all seasoned. And we'll just throw it right back in the bag. Okay, guys, we have the bulk of everything done. The bulk of everything done. That doesn't mean everything is done yet, but we're gonna go through and we're just gonna put all the finishing touches on everything, and those finishing touches are going to feel so good. Okay, so it's all just kind of coming together. We love that feeling, don't we? So, gonna grab another small bag. When we do our fajitas, you're gonna want some cheese, right? So, we're gonna solve that problem in advance. You can cheese freeze as well. You can do your cheese in advance. You thought then and use it. You know yourself best. There are things that are measured with your heart. Some of these things that are measured with your heart: chocolate, cheese, garlic. You will never convince me otherwise. Oh, and for me personally, salt. I'm just going to do up the rest of it. Because why not? Okay. We get our cheese right here. Throw it in a small bag. Oh, did you notice something? We got ourselves another check mark after this cheese. Gonna throw it in there with those sheet pan chicken fajitas, and also gonna toss in that card too, and then those are done. Okay, fantastic. Gonna grate up some Parmesan cheese now, because you can't have Caesar salad without the Parmesan cheese, can you? Unless of course you're dairy intolerant, in which case then you can use an alternative, or you can omit it. I'm an omitter, I must admit. I admit I am an omitter. However, I like to have it done up for the rest of the family because they are normal eaters, and you can be a weird eater in a normal eater household, and it's just fine. We just top it with Parmesan last, you know, like everybody tops the Parmesan on their own plate. Which, honestly, that just works anyway. Okay, Parmesan cheese. See, these finishing touches, it's really honestly just easy things. Throw that into our chicken Caesar salad kit. All right. Grab a bread knife. We're gonna do a little fun one here. Gonna get ourselves prepped for some croutons. These croutons, you'll be able to bake them day of. When you bake them day of, it doesn't take long at all. You put them in an air fryer for 5 minutes and they're done. If you were in a bind, you could probably honestly cook them in the pan. You could cook them in the oven. You're just cooking them a little. So cut them into whatever width you would like your croutons to be. See, you don't need to buy a bunch of different gluten-free bread products. You don't need to have gluten-free croutons and gluten-free breadcrumbs and gluten-free bread. No, you can just have gluten-free bread. You can make these other ones in literally no time at all. And odds are your croutons are probably going to be better than the overpriced rocks that you would otherwise be getting. These ones will actually be good. Okay, so to make croutons, you want to put some seasonings in there. You don't need much. A little salt, a little pepper, a little parsley. Don't need much oil. Literally like a tablespoon would be fine. And if you want to, maybe some garlic. I know, shocker. Shocker. Because can you have too much garlic? So, here we go. Just mixing the bread. Throw this into our Caesar salad kit. Beautiful. All right, let's start doing some stuff with some bacon, shall we? Where'd you go, bacon? Oh, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna take this bacon, I'm gonna take 4 pieces of it. You could take more if you wanted to. You could take less if you wanted to. So, we want bacon bits for your salad. And there we go. Just that easy. Just that easy. Got ourselves bacon bits. Okay? Put those into our chicken Caesar salad kit. And then day of, literally all you're going to need for your chicken Caesar is to cook up your chicken. Get some lettuce and some Caesar dressing. And then you're good. All right, there's another one done. Another one bites the dust. Okay, we're gonna put 4 pieces of bacon into another bag here. We're gonna put it in with the peppercorn burgers. So then when you make your burgers and you're like, crap, why don't I have bacon for these? You'll be like, oh, wait, I do. See, you're going to love yourself. All right, I guess I should put 6 pieces in mine since I've got an extra 2 burgers. Put the bacon in the bag with my peppercorn burgers. Put the little day of instructions in there. And I swear, day of instructions, they come in handy. As much as it'll be like burgers that's in there, you'll be like, am I supposed to do anything with these? Then you'll look at it and be like, no, literally, I'm just doing it. But otherwise, I don't know about you, but I'd be asking myself the questions. Like, am I supposed to be doing something for this? So our meatballs should be nice and cooled now. Just gonna take all of our balls, throw them in a bag. See, isn't this the stuff that just feels good? The stuff just at the end where it's just super easy. I mean, I barely remember what it was like at the very start, right? Having to actually do all the things at the very beginning doesn't seem like much fun. Spread out those veggies. Put our meatballs in there. And the sauce. And your day of card, so you know what to do to throw it all together. Seriously, if this is not one of your favorites, when you do it, we have very, very, very different tastes. Because man, I love that one. Okay, let's get our sheet pan out of the freezer, shall we? With the chicken. The chicken should be firmed up some for you by now. If the chicken is all firmed up for you, I'm going to use the exact same bag that I was mixing it up in, because why dirty another bag? And we're just going to throw it all in the freezer bag. Just that little courtesy to yourself of letting this freeze in the bag. You're going to thank yourself so much for it because they're all just going to actually, you know, come out. You might get the occasional one that sticks. Don't get me wrong. Like we're not working miracles here, but we're mitigating disasters. Because I promise you, otherwise you're just going to end up with something really, really kind of weird. I tried it. I was like, I wonder if this will work as a shortcut. No, I will help you with any shortcuts I can find, but this is definitely not one of them. All right, here they go. Now, that's a lot more chicken fingers than you are getting in your standard box of gluten-free chicken fingers. Way better value, more control over your ingredients. You actually know what's in these bad boys. Get your day of card in there. Seal it up. So, you will notice that there is a checklist. If you want to go through your checklist and just make sure that all of your components are in there, you certainly can. If you have extra stuff left over and you're wondering why it's there, then those bags are going to help you to, the checklist is going to help you figure out where it's supposed to go. Make sure they all have the day of card in them, because that's really going to help you out day of. And I honestly hope that this makes your summer meal planning so much easier. I hope it makes you prepared for those busy nights that you can't foresee. For baseball practice, you have meals ready to throw in the freezer for camping, so you get to spend more time actually, enjoying the people you're with rather than trying to figure out what to make. Thank you so much for joining me for this. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you again sometime. Come join me for a meal prep sometime for just your regular week.